Okay, so let me tell you what just happened. You know I got this new iPhone, right? This is what I'm doing. I just took that 256 gig out of this phone. This is the second time that I took it out. If you pay attention to my journal entries around this time, there was a task for me to finish uploading those things that were in the upload file and then change SD cards. So for about a period of a day and a half, 2 days, this goes to show you how many lies they tell in a day, okay, while they're busy hiding the truth. I took it out. They made a couple of changes, like they might have started blocking. I think that's what happened. They started blocking the my entrance, my the little path I take to my entrance, that part of the driveway. And then they were trying to land a car. And they were plotting before because they know beforehand. Just like they know that this is about to take place tonight. Okay? I just got in a little bit ago. I'm gonna go out and have a drink tonight. And when I say go out and have a drink, I ain't talking about like going out. Like we going out. You know what I'm saying? I haven't been out in forever. Like the last time I went and drunk at a bar was on the 14th of August last year. It was with the elder. His name is Country. So that was August something, 2020. Today is the 30th of July. And one of the drivers asked me out, and it was like one of those things like, he's one of the ones that, I gotta talk about all this. Hold on, let me talk about this situation first, and then I'll talk about going out, because I was about to go into all those details right away and then pick up where I left off. So right away, I got motion sensors, so they've been complaining about that. Are those my socks? Yeah, I got a bad habit of taking them off lately when I come in right here. But anyhow, so they're still throwing a fit about the motion light. I went, and I haven't even put my stuff away yet. You can see the bag is still on my stove, and then I have a book bag sitting on the kitchen floor that has stuff in it. But I got on this phone thing because I was trying to transfer Word. I downloaded Word on here, and I was trying to transfer the journal entries that I have so far, and tasks and locations, like the places I've been. It's 4 pages. I was trying to transfer this information. Can you hear them downstairs running fit? They can't hear me. And look, right now the agents are screaming, yes, we can. We're listening to you and watching you at the same time. Okay, so that's what it was. I was trying to YouTube it from one device to the other. They were kind of interfering with that. What they also did earlier is the thing on this iPhone that I chose was dark. I never put that on any device, but I chose it dark because the phone is black and it just contrasted really well. They started trying to claim that this phone was the iPhone. This is not normally in this color. And now at the top, you can see the base, everything around it. It's not like like it normally would be. Look, even this, they put a whole black thing. They mimicked it, okay? They completely, this is unauthorized remote access. Let me save this real quick. I didn't make these changes myself. This is SKeyscore type shit. You get what I'm saying? So anyhow, let me get out of here. Only thing that I have on here that I will no longer have access to really is my pedometer. And I've had this one on here since the middle of May 2019. So let me go to this month. And these numbers aren't accurate. It's missing a whole lot of miles. And you know, there was a period of time where I was using a computer cycle for the bike miles that I cycle. So that stuff, and then, you know, some of the walking that I do when my battery is dead, or some of the walking that I do when I'm just taking a short walk to and from somewhere, that's not calculated, but it's accounted for on my inner mile roll up. So if you're looking for a more realistic picture of my activity, that's where it would be. And I have one of those. So yeah, this phone, I'm taking the battery out the back. It's about to be completely out of play. Last time they pulled off some shit, and this is right after they stole my other phone. They stole it and sacrificed it. And so then when I put this one back in with all the information that I had on it, all the things that I've been uploading, and this is not powder, by the way. This is like just fading from where, or rubbing. But when I took it out and I put it back in, they acted like they had to download them again. So they were acting like the identities that they were trying to free up and clean. That's another thing, they just did that. So when I came home, my blind was closed. I wonder if the video caught that. When I came home, my bedroom blinds were closed. When I left, they were open. I always leave them open during the day so my room can get that natural light, so it can get that energy, that cleansing energy. When I came home, like I said, they were closed. So right away, they started cursing and spelling about Kelly and Steve. They started talking about how I was doing something to sabotage them. They started talking about how they had told them that all these things belong to them, told others that all my things belong to them, and all kinds of stuff. And then some of the stuff was preparatory for what was about to take place. This is going in my suitcase. That's where the pistol is. That's where the other stuff is. This is the only thing that's evidence. So when I kill and they come and they, you know, go through these things, they'll find this and they'll have evidence written big on it. So the detectives will find that. This I'm going to put inside a sleeve, and for whatever else I need to do with it, that's how I'm going to carry and tote it, and I'll have to use the main library for it. I hate that you cannot pause with that iPhone. I hate that you cannot pause with the iPhone. I guess that doesn't mean you can't still watch me. Put this away real quick. Hey, I was looking for this. So yeah, anyhow, I come out here as soon as I came out here. This is before I even turned the light on. He started slamming doors and took off. Like her vehicle started, that's the one he's been driving since she got the other one. And next thing I know, the terrorist truck is pulling up. Her daughter's boyfriend. And like literally lately, every time they get desperate to manipulate reality, or they think I'm gonna leave back out, you know, or I set off an alarm that makes them tell that that this is a duplex, they call them for backup. They put 3 folks in their apartment to claim that it's good. Sometimes more. this box right here, there is other phones. And these aren't counted or a part of the devices that were stolen. So you see there's like, what are these? I guess I should probably put this on. I've had 2 of these. I got this information written down somewhere. This one does not have a back you can open. This is from an Alcatel from 2017-18 that they did a real number on. This is an LG track phone from 2017-18. Shut up, bitch. And this is a iPhone, old iPhone. This has been through a lot too. So now that makes a total of 5 phones with this Samsung. I took the battery out of the back of this one for a reason. I used to keep the batteries out of these too. I don't know why I had them lately. Probably because most of the ones that where the batteries were removable were stolen. Okay, 5 phones, 3 batteries. None of these got water damage. Hold up. I think this one that doesn't open is the one that they tried to, because remember I said they smacked one in the tub. So I don't know, but the way that it fell in, it was down here by the speaker and it literally just touched it. There's no reason why it shouldn't work. They decided that they didn't want the text messages between me and the landlord to show up, and they said they were going to be reprogramming him. So, you know, this information, they had to make sure it didn't come into, had no way to come into play. Ow, my finger. Ever since yesterday, they've been attacking my finger real fast. Actually, it's been like 2 days. Like 2 days. A female is telling the other agents, y'all are not going to believe what's about to happen. It's a common statement and phrase that she makes. Oh, where's my duct tape? My name is Key Howard. They're down there throwing a fit, throwing a fit. Banging and slamming stuff. I gotta hurry up and put that food away. And figure out what I'm gonna do. What I need to do is get a drink so they'll stop attacking me. Because as soon as they started pissing that motherfucker off, they started attacking me. Because they're calling me him. They said that Suma ain't able to look at the situation the same way no more. You know, they call Kelly Von Suma, they call him APD. They call him all kind of stuff, but I think Kelly is probably the one they call the least variation of things. Like literally, when they refer to her, they only refer to her as Suma. Or my mom. Occasionally me. This showing the fuck ain't gonna be okay with nobody. That's a curse too. She'll say, that's not gonna be okay with nobody. She's calling me nobody, and she's actually claiming, did you hear the terrorist vehicle start? She's actually claiming that it'll be okay. Okay. So this is what's in here. And this part is zipped up. There's like a yarn box, I think it is, with like a bunch of paperwork in it, medical records, and this is like just some random folders and stuff. This other stuff is all like, I guess labeled. These are digital journals, my hard copies of digital journals. So it's like my book in a way. This one, I keep forgetting I can use the front camera on this. Haven't had access to the front camera, so these are just the red version. So these two combined is like my book. Other stuff is like finances. Like I think this is probably a finance folder. And then I have some other stuff. All kind of stuff. It's just really organized. And I'm sure I'll put it in another video somewhere. That's whenever I'm doing that. Oh, and did you saw the pistol? It's disassembled. He was outside playing with a pistol in the driveway the other day, telling the guy, the elder black guy, can't realize that he's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just shows you how they work together during this time. But he was asking me, he was like, so he's out there and he's cocking it and he's playing with it. He's like, so is this the one that you blew your finger off with? And I was like, oh, something about it was his other one. And this is all taking place outside my bedroom window. They're idiots. I could not capture it because my phone was charging. Hold on. This is giving him the issue. There. So, yeah. He was, I don't know if he was saying he was getting one or if he got one or whatever. And you know me, that's what the agent does as well. I was like, it's a shame you won't get a chance to use it. I'm gonna kill his ass so fast. Okay, I'm supposed to be burying this stuff in my cousin's grave size. This is website. Not website, gravesite. I thought I do have an empty sleeve. This doesn't have much on it, so I'm gonna leave that in there and by itself. Pretty much everything that's in here is, you see how they're triggered? They're acting like I'm over there now. And they'll start to get loud because they want you to hear it so that they can claim that you're them, and you know and vice versa. That's how it goes. So and they did the same thing. Vehicle, hurry up and takes off. Street theater all the time. Yeah, but most of these have like, they're all in a case. Literally all of them are, except for this one. And then beside this, there's these. Both are, one is full, the other one is just about full. Like I said, I was going to bury them. But now I don't know. I don't know. So look, this is it. This is it. Look, no. I came in, those were closed. In case you're wondering, they're still deflating these air mattresses. I know y'all like she got socks everywhere. So anyhow, these dishes have been here for like 2 days, maybe 2.5. I have not felt like it. This is it. This is officially my only phone. It's the only one I have on me. Earlier, they, like I said, they tell so many lies, and they're always trying to clean a lie up once, they're acting like they caught on. They're catching on as themselves. So, they were today. One of the things that they said was, when he seen her with only one phone, he was wondering where her other phone was and knew that we did something to her, and that we're still trying to hide Upland Avenue, is what she said. So she said they were still trying to hide the identities that they were using on Upland Avenue. Okay, so anyhow, like I said, I got stuff to get to. I gotta do those dishes tonight, and I gotta put that food away, and I have to clean some meat because I'm literally out. I had the last piece of chicken that I barbecued on the 22nd yesterday. So today I had Wendy's, and before I left, I had Wendy's. I got a pasta salad and stuff like that in there, and I have a beef, and I still have greens, and I got a little dressing, and I got a little macaroni and cheese, but I haven't had it in that. I got pizza, that's what it was. I decided on, look, these are the things that they're trying to claim. So the more specific, the more details I outline in a digital journal, my tasks, my location, what I'm eating. They be hoping I'll forget having one cookie. And when I say one cookie, I'm talking about really one cookie. If I have a mint cookie, they're hoping they'll remove it from my memory. Earlier today, they removed the damn, I had wanted this article so bad. It was on remote neural monitoring. I hit print. I only had 2 minutes left on the computer. I go back to the computer to close it out, make sure I had signed out of everything. Although I already know I did, I always double check in those type of settings. So they remove it from my memory that quick. I grab my bag, I go to the bathroom. When I leave the bathroom, and I have to pass the printer to go to the bathroom, they removed it from my memory. I thought I'd already put it in my bag. And that's what they suggested, subconsciously, is that I stored the document already. That's the only way I would have left without it. So if they didn't do that little switcheroo, I wouldn't have left it behind. They started fatiguing my arm. I'm trying to think. What else? Yeah, so I'm almost out. I'm out of meats. I got a grill, and I wasn't planning on grilling. I got baked chicken. I forgot I had it in there. I'm like, hold up, I just did something a couple nights ago. One of those nights when I didn't sleep at all, when they would not allow me to sleep at all. I baked chicken and peppers. So I have that in there. But yeah, I'm gonna clean this meat. I'm gonna grill in the next couple of days. And that's gonna be that. This phone still isn't activated yet though. But if you read, it says it can take anywhere from 2 minutes to 2 days, 2 business days for the active. And when you look at how it's worded, it says that, when you think about activating the phone, you think about immediately. When you call to activate the phone, that's done immediately. When you activate a phone, online, most of the time, I thought that would be immediately too. That's how they're activating your service through your carriers. But it said your activation request has been submitted. It had to go through an approval process of some sort. You have these things, as long as, I'm not going to get into that. And I'm not going to get into this drink thing either, because this is already a 25-minute video. Well, I'll make it short. So he told me, he caught me yesterday, and he was like, he started to pass me. Like, what he saw, it was me. And when we get to the transit, you know, we didn't talk during the way like we normally would. You know, we exchanged swords. We didn't do none of that. So when we got to the transit, I thought he was going to get off. I'm like, great. But he didn't. He was like, give me your bag. Give me this bag. You know, and he takes it and he puts it on his shoulder. And he's like, talk. We got to talk. Like, talk to me. And he's like, you can just tell me no. You know, and, you know, after explaining, you know, what was taking place a little bit, you know, that's kind of what I was getting to. I was going to say no, but, you know, we talked like a little bit more. And I asked him, I'm like, how long has this been going on? He's like, a year. And I was like, oh yeah, you know, like this has, because it's like before coronavirus, like you were like, whatever. But also right after coronavirus was released, like I told him, I gave him a copy of my CIA agency that says on the very first page that I'm Christ's mother. And when I asked him, when I would come across him and ask him if he read, you know, and he knew my name on Facebook, he would always say no. You know, he hadn't gotten around to it. And if you didn't come across that information on the very first page, that means you weren't trying to get around to it either. So, and there's some other things, you know, like, so, and then there was like a 6-7 month break. I hadn't seen him in a long time. And you've heard me talk about that in other videos. That's the kind of things they do with these drivers at Metro. They'll hide them. They'll try to keep them in play for as long as possible and suggest that there's something taking place with me and them that's not. On my back. It started to put my back in pain now. So, yeah, this is like right after Squirmy gets me this iPhone. You know, I come across him. I was just leaving the bank. I had put $100. He gave me $200 too. I put $100 in my bank, or in my account, and I kept the rest on me. Like I had like $60 left over because, you know, I made a purchase at Walmart. So it was so weird. You hear him going off. Like, he's going off as a dog. While others go off in a different way. He's speaking to that dog. Or disguising his voice in that dog. No different than when they talk through like light fixtures and, you know, microwaves and stoves or a refrigerator, you know, anything that has sound, they'll speak through it. Sometimes they speak, you know, they disguise their voices behind music. But I think that's probably like the least that's noted by those that are noting these claims of schizophrenia or of hearing. And I hate that it's called that, you know, like, but that's how you're going to recognize it. It's not schizophrenia. It's not a mental illness. There's nothing ill about me, obviously. It's called remote harassment. These motherfucking government agents are terrorists. And they created a mental health umbrella to hide how they torture the fuck out of folks. And they all have it in their timelines. That's why there's a such thing as targeted individuals. Yeah, so that's it in short.